Happy Friday, everybody. Certainly been a happy week in the markets. We've had 4 days in a row where mortgage rates have gone down for a change, and kind of getting back to where we were before all heck broke loose a couple of weeks ago. And so we're definitely happy about that and seeing rates coming off instead of looking at, almost looking at 8% in the eye. Now we're seeing some that are in the low sevens, mid sixes. We're seeing much better rates thanks to the bond market responding very positively to consumer reports that came out showing that inflation is definitely coming down year over year. We're seeing some of the trends that we anticipated. Now, there's some other news out there that's worth noting, and we've talked about it a little bit. We've hinted on the job report, the jobless claims. If you look at the totality of those reports, it is certainly pointing toward a looming recession. And so when we see that, and we also see the fact that the 2-year and the 10-year Treasury has been inverted for a long time, we've talked about that also. In the history of our markets, every single time, we always go in some form of a recession, always. And it's worth noting because recessions typically yield lower interest rates in the mortgage market. So again, we're going to take advantage of this past week. So if we've got anybody short term, anybody that's into a contract in the first 30 days or next 30 days rather, we're definitely looking to lock and take advantage of the gains that we've had in our favor over the last 4 or 5 days. Today we're getting a little bit of pushback and the rates are going up just a little bit, but that's expected after 4 days in a row. Hard to know what's going to happen Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but we do know that long term, again, because of the jobless claims and the inversion of the rates, all those things that we've talked about, and inflation definitely coming down and trending down, that long term we are still floating. So if you got anybody out there that's looking in the market, getting interest and thinking, okay, I want to wait till interest rates come down, that will be happening in the next 60, 90, 120 days ahead, getting into the fall, into the winter months. Now, I've had a lot of conversations with some investors that are looking at houses, and they say, look, the rates just don't make sense right now. I don't want to get into the house. But part of the conversation also needs to be the cost of acquisition. Think about it. If I bypass a house for $200,000 right now because the interest rate is 7.5%, 8%, and I want to wait till it gets to 5 or 6, well, you may wait maybe 6 months or a year, but the reality is the cost of that house could cost you another $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 perhaps, depending on the market. So make sure that is part of the conversation. That is a lot of the conversations I've had this past week, is just looking at the totality of their investment and what their goals are. Certainly can always refinance and capture lower costs in terms of their net operating income calculations down the road when rates get better. But definitely been a great week in the rate market this week, and we hope that will continue in months to come. Now, I want to meet with all of you at some point in time if we haven't, because there's several of you that are getting this text message, and I know not everybody watches this video, but if you are actually watching this video and you've made it this far, I want to make an invite to you. Text me back and let me know what your schedule is. I'd love to meet with you one-on-one, because we are showing some realtor partners that we are working with on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and we are talking about how to grow their business, and we're able to see referrals flow back to them. In fact, this past month, I've seen 5 referrals back to our referral partners, the ones that we're working with on a regular basis. So if we're not working on a regular basis, we're not meeting on a weekly basis, and that's you, and you're watching this video, hit me up. Let's share our calendar together. Let's show you how we can help you grow your business in a very tough market, but separate yourself to be a successful real estate agent going into the latter part of this year and into the year of 2024. We want to be a part of that. Let us help you do that. And y'all have a great weekend.